You are welcome once again to Ima Biafra TV Treasury of Excellent Knowledge. I am your servant evangelist, Ima Kalo. I greet you on my personal behalf, and I greet you especially on the behalf of the Lord, the owner, the creator, and the Messiah, the Redeemer of the whole universe, Jesus the Christ. And I say to you, good evening from my best. The time from here is 19 minutes after 8 p.m. today, being Thursday, the 30th and the last day of this month of June 2022. So without further delay, I want to make a brief video. It will be a video just very brief that will be less than 15 minutes. It is about recording on the topic Simon Ekpa exonerates the Autopilot from Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's order from Abuja High Court. Simon Ekpa exonerated the Autopilot from Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's order, from Mnk'S order from Abuja High Court. As we know, day before yesterday being the 28th, being Tuesday the 28th of this month of June 2022, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was taken to Abuja High Court for his extraordinary detention. And as a matter of fact, we believe that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu would be released on that Thursday, but so disappointingly that he was not released. While the little time he had to speak to Biafrans, he just played the video warning that we the Biafrans should not continue to fight ourselves, reminding us of the repurposes for Biafra agitations. Purposes which are fighting to protect our people and to protect our land, and not to be killing our people and be destroying what we already have. Rather, our fight should be against the oppressors. That is what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu dropped, the message Mazen Nnamdi Kanu dropped to Biafrans in a nutshell just yesterday. And it is not surprising to me, because I know, because that has been the way all these infiltrators in the Biafra struggle have been doing. And I told us yesterday that the autopiloters will try to exonerate themselves. The Idu apologists will try to exonerate themselves, while the political solutionists under the DOS will also try to exonerate themselves. That is exactly what is playing out. I have not listened to any broadcast. The message was passed day before yesterday, and I don't know whether any of the members of the DOS have had a broadcast regarding that message from Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. But I stumbled upon a video which is an extract from Simon Ekpa's video. So it is an extract from Chooks for Survival. Chooks for Survival Facebook. I got the extract, and that extract is where Simon Ekpa made some statements, and through the statement, he exonerates the autopiloters from being part of those Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is giving the message to. And according to him, the autopiloters should not be listening to any broadcast that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu had made from the DSS dungeon. That is Simon Ekpa's stance concerning this. And this is to say that autopiloters are exempt from the authority of the order having been issued by Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And according to him, the Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will be issuing that order under pressure. So that is exactly what Simon Ekpa had said. Then I will combine it with not a short clip of video Mnk'S has just made this afternoon. And in that short clip of video, Mnk'S also exonerate the Idu apologists. And in the same vein, alleging Mazi Nnamdi Kanu of having sold out the Biafra struggle by collecting amnesty, that it is the same thing that they did to Uwazirike that has just repeated concerning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and his extraordinary rendition. So I will play the video, then we'll listen for ourselves. So we have the affirmation of the record of what I have just said to let us know that it is not just a mere say, that these people actually said it, and for us to have the record. So as it is now, there is no longer trust. There is no longer trust among the factions of the Biafra agitators, the factions, the political solutionists under the leadership of the DOS, the autopiloters, and the Idu apologists. So there is no trust among them. Then because the Iduists claim that they are not part of those, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is giving that order, and they do not value that order. The same thing is repeating in among the autopiloters, whose Simon Ekpa is the spokesman. Simon Ekpa is the autopiloter spokesperson and not actually the spokesperson for the Biafrans, because he does not speak for me. I don't believe in autopilot, and I'm not a member of the autopilot, but I am a Biafran. Likewise, many other people who belong to any of this faction, or those who are individuals on their own or belonging to other groups, that are not related in any way to IPOB. So that is what I'm going to. We see the distrust. We see the disloyalty from the autopiloters and from the Idu apologists to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There is also another video in which Nelly Ofebu was shouting like a crazy person. But I will go and trace that video, because the person who used it for program just played the voice. I would like to trace the video where she was shouting like a mad person, and talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and his family having sold the struggle out. That and all those things remains mere allegations. The way they were shouting on the DOS and some other members of the Biafra agitation under IPOB. Let us listen to Simon Ekpa first.
I want you all to understand one thing. We have crossed the Rubicon. The message from our leader today is that those who are responsible for the killings of Biafrans, especially whenever they come to Radio Biafra to call their names, because they are already in collaboration with the zoo, they give the Fulani Caliphate the whereabouts of our Eastern Security Network. They call camps. They call the name of camps. They call the names of villages. They call the names of commanders. They call their names. And they are calling their names for the zoo military to kill them, or for them to take the action themselves. Like I said before, I will always condemn the killing of Biafra people, especially the killings that are happening in our land, being orchestrated by the criminals who have been claiming to be piloting the affair before. They call names of people who disobey them. They call names of people who decide to do and follow the legacy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They call their names, and this is a tactics they have been using, and the agreement they have reached with the Nigerian government. The idea was to capture Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. After capturing him, they will start to eliminate every strong man that will stand to defend our land against the invasion you see today. In the northern Nigeria, even when they are the ones sponsoring this particular ethnic cleansing and the invasion of Nigeria, they are calling for their people to be armed. Why they are calling for their people to be armed? They enticed and bribed those who have worked with Mazen Namdekano for years. And they begin to point commanders. Tomorrow they will call one commander. The point here is that we are not just talking. We know that they are no longer they are irrelevant in this struggle. As far as the Biafra struggle is concerned, we have expelled them from this movement. But let me tell you one thing. Because they have gone into agreement with the Nigeria terrorist government to stop and eliminate every person who will rise up to fight against the invasion of our land tomorrow. Whether the person is a criminal, whether the person is whatever they call him or her, nobody in Biafra land have the right to take the life of another. This is what I have been preaching for years, or let me say for months, since the abduction and kidnapping of our leader. I have always come to condemn this particular atrocious activities of the criminals that surrounded Mazen Namdekano before he was kidnapped. Those who were misled into carrying out these particular atrocious activities. You know that the land will always forgive you. If you have come to realize that you were misled. I want to tell you one thing today. Those of you who still listen to those criminals that have sold the struggle, thinking that immediately Mazen Namdekano is captured, it is over. Thinking that the only thing they can do is they have seen Simon Ekpa coming. So let us take his platform away from him. Those who think that what they wanted to do is to ask Simon Ekpa to hand over his own platform so that after broadcasting on Radio Biafra for 2 months, they are going to block me on Radio Biafra and block everything. And they don't know that we see in the secret. When this particular idea and agenda failed, they unleash all manner of blackmail on my person. They slander my name, thinking that by doing that, Biafra will not listen to the gospel of truth. Because their initial plan with the Nigerian government is that Simon Ekpa is coming. We need to stop him. But today, you have failed. And you will continue to fail until you are no more. You will continue to fail as long as Biafra will be restored, as long as I continue to remain resolute and steadfast, and I continue to be genuine in this struggle. You will continue to fail. And any day I deviate, Biafra spirit will leave me. I want to assure Biafra people today that we will continue to speak. And from today, you people do not know what has happened. And I believe in matter of weeks, you will understand that indeed Biafra is a spirit. They say they are not going to release Mazen Namdekano, and they adjourned the case till November. I was not surprised. If you are surprised of the adjournment of this case, it means you are very alien to Nigeria system. We know, we predict them. That is why you must listen to us. We have Nigeria in our palm. So we predict them, and we predict what they can do in the next 3-5 months. And we walk ahead of time. That is why everyone must be very, very attentively paying attention to us. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said today, and I'm going to play the video. They asked him, "Are you disappointed?" He said, "Why? Why should I be disappointed? I expected this to happen." He knew. But there is something he knew. He will never tell you. There is another thing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knew, which he will never tell you. And like I said, that particular struggle haven't entered this dimension it is today. We will continue to do that, which is right. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a lot of people were expecting him to start talking against Simon Ekpa. And a lot of people were disappointed, because this is exactly what Soludo wanted him to do. They say if opportunity is given to him, he is going to speak to Biafra from court. And I have always said, we will not listen to any broadcast of our leader from the courtroom. I said it. Today, that thing I said happened. Our leader made a comment. Fortunately, it was not what they expected. Because they had expected, oh, come. I condemn sit at home. I condemn sit at home. Those sitting at home, I am warning you, stop sitting at home. Those protesting for my behalf, I am warning you, stop protesting for my behalf. Those who are showing love, please stop showing love. Do not do anything for me. The lawyers are doing it. That is what they expected him to say. And if he had said that, you see, let me tell you, what you don't know is bigger than you. What happened today is exactly what I said, that we will not accept our leaders' broadcast from the courtroom. But you know, when we say it, some people, they say, oh, he disobeying Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He is disobeying. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knows I'm not disobeying him, because he can't talk freely in the dungeon of the DSS. He cannot talk freely in the hand of the oppressors. So, and I do not need anybody to tell me this. The only message is for you Biafrans to understand that 2023 is a deal. We will not allow election to take place in our land. Nigeria can no longer conduct election in our land, and the only election we are going to allow is the referendum. If heaven is going to fall, let the heaven begin to fall from December, and then we know how serious we are to get our freedom. Election will never hold in Biafra land. If the Biafra people want election to hold, then it is their business. But I believe, as a spokesman of Biafra people, I believe that what I'm speaking is your mind. It is going to be a collective responsibility of every Biafran to see that the time the election will come, we are going to order sit at home, and you will comply. It is going to go down in the history of the struggle for the liberation of Biafra people from Nigeria. By the special grace of God, the world will know that indeed this generation of Biafra people, after this, you will never see such generation again. Because when they think that they have conquered us by starvation, by evil policy of the government, orchestrated by the Fulani Caliphate, in quest to continue to carry out the Usman Danfodio, and we are going to stop them in 2023. We will collectively stop them. No military tank will compel us to go out and vote. No military helicopter will bombard us into voting. I am telling you today, Obi presidential ambition will be used as a sacrifice for Biafra to come. Obi is a man. His ambition is not more than the freedom of Biafra people, and not even a feasible ambition, a very dead on arrival ambition, a very failed ambition, a fake ambition cannot equate Biafra freedom, and we cannot exchange, even if there is any reason that he's going to win or that he is going to even go close. We cannot even exchange our freedom for Nigeria for anything. So my Biafra people, our leader have given a message, and I want to tell you something today. We are going to be very selective in the message that our leader is giving to us. We are going to be very selective. We will select those that come from him, and we will select those that he delivered uncoded, and we are going to select those that came as a rhetoric. We are going to be selecting those messages. We choose the one that suits us and suit his release and suit the request and the freedom of Biafra people. We will choose those messages that seek the protection of our land. We will protect our land, our women, our children against the invasion and the killings that the Nigerian government has sponsored for years. Our leader said today, we are going to protect our land, and we are going to defend our land, and that we will continue to do. I want to inform Biafrans today that our land can never know peace for as long as the military controlled by Boko Haram is in our land, burning villages, burning houses, ethnic cleansing our people, killing our children and our elderly men. Biafra land can never know peace, and Nigeria can never know peace. For as long as the DSS is in our land, killing and harassing our young men, Nigeria can never know peace. For as long as the presence of military and there is a military siege in Biafra territory, I am declaring today, Nigeria can never know peace. In order for this peace to come, these killers in our land must live. In order for the people who call themselves leaders to have peace, these killers in our land must live. Because they are the issue. They are the cause of the insecurity. They are the reason why you are looking for peace. So you cannot be sponsoring killing in our land and you are shouting for peace at the same time. You cannot be sponsoring the killing and the invasion of our land and at the same time you are shouting, oh, we want peace. You want peace as a governor while you are ordering the air bombardment of your forests, your villages, and your women and children. You are asking for peace as a governor while all you do is to bring the military to intimidate our people. You are ordering peace while everything we do and we see in the southeast and the south is the military checkpoint, intimidating our young men and women. And how can you have peace in an atmosphere that has been completely or is completely under siege? People can no longer walk freely in the street. People can no longer go to the market. People can no longer sleep in their homes. Because just a few days ago, we listened how they came and they killed even the elderly people while they are asleep. This is not being orchestrated by the main terrorists, but those ones in the uniform. How can you know peace? How can you be advocating for peace, especially the governors? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's message today is well delivered. We need peace in Biafra land. And I am coming here today to interpret it to you. For us to know this peace, for us to have this peace, and for the peace to return in Biafra land, we must chase away the criminals and the terrorists in the Nigeria Army uniform. If they don't want to live in peace, we will chase them out of our land. I am telling you today that every particular arsenal must be channeled to make sure that our women are not paying price for one Nigeria again. Everything must be deployed to make sure our children are no longer paying the price of the evil entity one Nigeria. Every man, every volunteer, every command must rise up to make sure our women no longer pay the price of the evil entity called one Nigeria. Those people coming to kill you, it is time we give them the way they want. I want to bring a quote by Mustafa, and I'm going to play that video. From today, as they are killing our women and burning their houses and burning those villages, it is time we take this war to them. And then we know that nobody has the monopoly of violence.
Thank you so much for your questions to watch from the beginning to the end. I hope you have learned something from the video you have just watched. The video you have just watched is to bring information to your doorstep and for educational purposes. It is not to demonize anybody. Let us watch continuously and see if we can be able to make a sense out of every nonsense we are seeing. We must continue. We move. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they say. They will kill us. Kill them. At the end of the day, Biafra is here.
Great Biafrans, as I have said earlier, so I repeat, things are happening in this Biafra struggle. Simon Ekpa exonerating the autopiloters from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's authority, from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's order. Simon Ekpa exonerating the autopiloters, and you hear him categorically clear saying that they will choose the ones they will obey, and they will forget about the ones they will not obey, making Biafrans to understand that it is not everything in the content of the order Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had issued are really beneficial to Biafrans. That is Simon Ekpa's stance. That is the perspective and the stance of the autopiloters. In the same vein, he alleged some members of the DOS of being responsible to sabotaging the Biafra struggle. So who are the people Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is actually referring to, that they should stop the domestic terrorism in Biafra land? That is, they should stop killing our own people, because that is not the essence of the establishment of ESN, of Biafra struggle, and of IPOB and all of our activities. Rather, we mean to protect our people, protect our land, and to protect our dignity, integrity, and prestige as a people, protecting everything valuable that God has given to us to live as a people. That is the reason. But we see people setting some people up and killing them. Everybody claiming to be innocent, who are really the people Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is talking to. I cannot just finalize at the moment, because every claim has remained in assumption, but I will continue to speak on this when we begin to hear about kidnap or people being killed by our own indigenous people, whom we may presume to be sent by the autopiloters or the Idu apologies by Nelly Ofebu, or allegedly by Chida Sanwo-Olu, as the autopiloters and the other side of the struggle claim. Now let us hear from Mnk'S Obong. Mnk'S Obong, according to him, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has collected ransom that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had been paid to quit the Biafra struggle, and that is the reason he issued that order. According to Nsima, yesterday and according to Nsima, yesterday and day before yesterday, Nsima had been claiming that it is not the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that issued that order, that it is a cloned person who spoke and acted like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now, Nsima's fallacy regarding that had been absolutely debunked and proved wrong. Now he has come with a new strategy by telling Biafrans and the world that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had collected ransom. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had collected what is it called? Amnesty, that he had been paid off to quit the Biafra struggle, that the issuing of that order is a strategy to calming down the Biafra struggle until it will completely end. So, but where is the evidence that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had collected any amnesty? Is there any evidence? Should we rely on Mnk'S Obong? How did Mnk'S Obong know this? And who told him? And what is the evidence of that person? So all these things is still should be regarded as propagandas, and a stage setting propaganda by the Idu apologists, because they want to hang on a point or on some point to continue raising funds and keep campaigning for Idu, that our people will get our freedom through Idu, and for our people to be paying attention to them while they keep raising funds and extorting money and other potentials from our people for their selfish aggrandizement, not actually to regain the freedom we are fighting for. So Biafrans should continue to be wise and wiser and wiser on a daily basis. So let us actually hear from him, Mnk'S Obong.
Hello, I salute you wherever you are. Thank you very much for joining me. Everything I'm going to say in this video is my own personal opinion. It does not reflect the opinion of anybody. This is my own personal opinion. Now, I want you to think about something. What do you think has just happened from the day they brought the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in court? What do you think has just happened? I'm talking about since the 28th of June, 2022. What do you think has just happened? What do you think has just happened? Now, let me tell you two major things that has happened. Two major things that has happened. Number one is that ever since that very day,
prepárate para vivir la roja como nunca, porque ahora con cada pack de príncipe podrás acceder a un montón de experiencias y premios con la selección. ¡Vívelo!
Number one is that ever since that very day, do you know the number of armies that they have imported to our land, to Idu land? The number of armies, oh my God. I want to talk about Imo State, what is happening in Imo State. The number of army, the police that have imported, Janjaweed armies that have imported to Imo State have increased. They are on a mission. They are on a mission to wipe out all our ESN. They are on a mission to wipe out all our ESN. Let me repeat it. They are on a mission to wipe out all our ESN, because they know that ESN is the only bedrock of what we are doing. They know that ESN is the only thing that has been protecting us. Did you see the danger of why we are shouting that the only way out is popular uprising? Okay, let me don't go there yet, because all of you will still come back home, my brothers and sisters. The only way out is popular uprising. Now, number two thing that has happened is that what happened to Ralph Wasrike has already happened. How many of you don't understand what happened to Ralph Wasrike? What happened to Ralph Wasrike has already happened. Number one, The number of army that they have brought to our land, you know, to capture our youth, to kidnap our youth has increased. Every day they keep capturing our youth. They keep looking out for the ESN. Are you getting me now? Number two is that what happened to Rab Wasurike has already happened. Let me tell you, how many of you remember what happened to Rab Wasurike? Rab Wasurike at a time when he was very strong, when Masop was very, very strong, everybody celebrated Rab Wasurike. Until what happened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now happened to Rab Wasurike. Rab Wasurike was captured and he was later made to, you know, to forget about the fight for Biafra. Let me use that word so that everybody will understand. You see, Rab Wasurike was granted bail with a condition that he will never talk about Biafra or fight for Biafra again. I want to tell you that that thing has already happened. That thing has already happened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This is my own personal opinion. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been forced. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been forced to sign an agreement to take amnesty, if you call it, that he will not talk about Biafra anymore. He will not fight for freedom anymore. He will not agitate. That is why you saw in a video where they say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is talking about peace. I'm just telling you, mark my words. The number of army that is going to come into our land is going to increase. Let me use the word. The number of army that is going to come into your Biafra land is going to increase. Do you know why? Because they have forced Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to collapse everything. They have forced Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to stop talking about Biafra. They have forced Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to forget about Biafra or any other thing. That is why in a video they play to you that he's now talking about peace. The same thing that happened to Rab Wasurike has already happened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And Rab Wasurike boasted about this. Rab Wasurike boasted about it, and it has just happened, my brothers and sisters. Mark my word. Remember what I said, that everything I've said in this video is my own personal opinion. It's a matter of time. You are going to prove me wrong. Prove me wrong if what I'm saying is a lie. I want to tell you that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has collapsed the movement. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have said there should be peace. They have forced him. It's not his will, but they have forced him to forget about Biafra. That is what has happened. The same thing that happened in Masop has happened. The same thing that happened to Rab Wasurike has happened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Stay blessed and bye for now, guys. Bye.
Son Bimbo Bagels.
So Biafrans,
Unos Miguels. Y ahora tu merienda más dulce con los nuevos Bimbo Bagel Brioche. No hay brioche.
Biafrans, you have heard it, that it is a confirmed information.
Salute you once again.
It is not just a rumor.
Doing this video as more
It is not just a rumor.
evidence to prove to you that they are forcing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to get amnesty, to collect amnesty, to forget about Biafra or agitation.
There is
That
actually
is the original purpose
another
why
video
they plan
from
to
Zima.
capture Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
So let me play
And
it.
Ejiofor knows everything that happened from the beginning of the adoption of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya. Ejiofor is part of what happened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya. In fact, to even shock you the most, Ejiofor had a meeting with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya. Ejiofor was in Kenya, you know, when they had a meeting. Ejiofor was the person that planned to schedule a meeting in Kenya. And then for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya, Ejiofor was supposed to, or if not, had a meeting with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya until when their plan, their plot, you know, they succeeded in their plot to kill Mnk'S in Kenya, you know, because I'm going to show you evidence. This is one of the evidence I'm proving to you that the only way out is a revolution, my brothers and sisters. There is no way they are going to release Mnk'S in Nigerian court system. They are already aware of it. Ejiofor is already aware of it. Everything that is happening now is caricature. But I want to prove to you that Ejiofor already know everything that happened to Mnk'S. And if you want to know more, you need to ask Ejiofor what really happened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Two important questions that you must ask Ejiofor is, number one, who are those people that gave instruction for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be kept in DSS dungeon? Because I'm going to prove to you evidence of Ejiofor telling us that yes, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is innocent, he has not committed any crime, but an instruction was given for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be kidnapped or killed in Kenya. But since that instruction did not work, they changed their plan and they take Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to DSS dungeon, and he's being kept in DSS dungeon by instruction of some group of people. He said federal government or the otherwise, we don't know, but he said that the instruction is given to the DSS to keep Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in DSS dungeon. That is instruction. That Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is innocent, he has not committed any crime, but there is an instruction that is being given that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be kept in DSS dungeon. That's number one question. Number two question is, we should ask Ejiofor, so who are those people that kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Who are those people that kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Number one is that ask Ejiofor, who are the people that give instruction for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be kept in DSS dungeon? Number two, who are those people that kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya? Because Ejiofor knows everything. He said he has the CCTV, and this is the evidence for me to prove to you that Ejiofor knows everything that happened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I don't want you to argue with me. Don't fight me. No problem. This is my opinion, and I'm just presenting it to you. If you feel that I'm wrong or anything has gone wrong, just let us know. Let us hear, because this is now important for you to begin to ask this question. Because as it stands now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in DSS dungeon need our help to, for him to get freedom, because they are not planning to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because there's an instruction for him to be kept in DSS dungeon. I'm telling you that if we want freedom, what we need right now is popular uprising. It is called revolution. Popular uprising. It is the only thing out. The reason why I'm presenting this to you is to prove to you that the only way out for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to release and for us to get our freedom is popular uprising, a revolution. Now, before I share more evidence, I want to prove to you that Ejiofor himself said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu trusted him. That Mazi Nnamdi Kanu trusted him the most. Are you getting me now? So that everything I'm going to present to you, so that you will understand. Are you getting me now how it happened? Ejiofor scheduled a meeting with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya. And the reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu went to Kenya is because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu trusted Ejiofor, as he said. I'm going to play a video where Ejiofor used his mouth. And because of this evidence, that is the reason why I want to put it in the video, so that you will see it. I could have just played his voice or played the audio of Ejiofor saying it, but I want to put the video so that nobody will say, oh, this is not Ejiofor saying it. Ejiofor was granted interview by George Money. That is the name I know him for. George Money. And then in that interview, Ejiofor presented to us, told us that he is the most trusted by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu trusted. So that was the reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu visited Kenya, because Ejiofor convinced Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to have a meeting in Kenya. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu trusted him. That is why he knew all the details. That at the time that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped in Kenya, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was alone. I want to prove to you where Ejiofor told us that he is the most trusted of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. With this evidence, then I will go further, so that everything that comes out of his mouth, of Ejiofor's mouth, so that you understand that he knows everything about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We need to ask him, who are the people that gave instruction for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be kept in DSS dungeon, and to also ask Ejiofor, who are those people that kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Why has he refused to release the CCTV? Because the CCTV will reveal to us the people that kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Are you getting me now? So let us listen to him saying that he is the most trusted by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Listen. The DOS and the leadership of IPOB.
Listen very well. Listen very well. Yes.
If you are following my updates, I've severally.
So this brother, this George Money of a brother.
All these adverts.
This George Money of a brother asked Ejiofor. He wanted to defend the DOS, but in this process, he said a lot of things. Remember, Ejiofor is doing a lot of job. a lot of job, defending the DOS and also do his own job, personal job that has been given to him by his masters. Are you getting me now? Now, but in this video, in this interview, Ejiofor was telling us, you know, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu trusted him the most. Listen to it now. Listen to it now.
Admonish in line with instructions from my client. And what I can tell you is that I understand that many people don't understand that any message coming out from me is coming out from Nnamdi Kanu.
You hear that?
I'm not saying today. If I write any word, I'm saying this because I know that tomorrow somebody will record what I'm saying now and keep it for him to see.
Yes.
Any message coming out from him, from me, from this mouth, writing
It's coming from Mazi
it's coming out
Nnamdi
from him.
Kanu. Why?
Don't add, don't subtract. I don't think you subtract. So
Now,
I
listen.
encourage you to.
He's going to tell us the reason why. Listen very well, though. This is a proof, so that we understand what I'm saying. This is a proof of what I'm going to be telling you in this video. Listen now.
Pay attention to my updates.
Pay attention.
I'm Nnamdi Kanu most trusted. Go and write it down. I am his most trusted.
Did you hear that? He said, I am Mazi Nnamdi Kanu most trusted. Go and write it down. You know, some of you have been having a lot of questions. Why did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu travel to Kenya, right? Some of you used to have that question. How can Mazi Nnamdi Kanu travel to Kenya? That Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should know that they are planning evil against him. That Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should know that they hated him. How can he travel to Kenya? This is the secret. This is the secret behind why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu traveled to Kenya. Because Ejiofor is the most trusted of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is to say, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu trusted Ejiofor to the point that Ejiofor could convince Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to go to Kenya. Listen to it very, very well. He said, is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu most trusted? That is giving you a lot of information that you don't understand. But I'm going to explain more. Listen to
Come to my update.
Listen.
I'm Nnamdi Kanu most trusted. Go and write it down. I am his most trusted.
Yes.
Most trusted.
Most trusted.
Look from me today. I'm saying it publicly now.
Most trusted.
I am his most trusted.
Yes.
Everybody who close don't know about that. I am his most trusted. So anything coming out from my mouth, I object or write him out there. It's his words.
That's it. I don't want to play further more than that there. He said,
I will make a different video with this particular video and the 5 minutes video clip Mnk'S had made previously to this particular one playing, because he had made his point, and the point is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had collected ransom and has sold out the Biafra struggle. That is his own opinion, his own perspective, and his own propaganda. So there is no evidence for that. So Nsima's information or claim is not reliable yet. However, we should be keeping this record for the days of reckoning, when everybody will begin to account for whatever he or she has done in the Biafra struggle, and most especially during this Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's extraordinary rendition. May God bless you until I come your way once again and very soon, just right away. I remain your servant evangelist, Inyima Kalu.